It was everything we spoke about before the game, looking at that reaction for our first defeat of the season, and making sure we started the game with real intent, with real intensity, and it was certainly a really good day's work when you look at how the game went. Clean sheet, level of performance could have been maybe more at times, but all in all, really good day's work.
Clean sheet, did you have to think about putting them in because he'd been away?
Yeah, but I think I've always got that challenge, and like Boyle goes away as well. You've always got that. We've got a lot of international players, but a lot of international players that play from all over the world. So you've always got that balance. You've always got that deciding exactly how fresh somebody is. The players will always tell you they're all right. They all want to play all the time, regardless of when they get back. I would be exactly the same myself. You want to play every minute, every game. I'd be more concerned if they told me they were tired, to be honest. So you never get that from the players. So you need to make sure you're picking a team that has got that freshness in mind, and I've certainly done that today, but also looking at how you think you can exploit your opposition. And I think Thibaut, delighted for him to get his goal as well. He's had to be patient to get another start, and he's been restricted to a few appearances from the bench, but he certainly took his opportunity today, which is great to see. And no, it really worked when running in behind.
Is that wee glimpse of what the fans can expect? Because if Hibs pay £1 million for the striker, there's going to be high expectations in the lads.
Yeah, there's always expectations. You can't do nothing about what people pay for you, and that's just the nature of the world at the moment. But you also, as I've rightly said a few times in a row, I believe that we've got a real strong squad. You've got competition for places, especially in that forward areas. When you look at even my bench today, the competition for places, the players that don't even get on the bench today. So I think it is a really good group. And when you get your opportunity, you need to make sure you play to a level that you can try and stay in the team, because I think that's healthy to have. But the togetherness within it as well is really good, and I think the subs coming on today is a positive example of making the team better when it needed to be as well, which is a brilliant thing to have.
But as well, have you seen that development, that settling in process in the time he's been here as well, obviously, to give him that start?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so. That's part of it. So him settling in as well, not expecting too much, being patient with him. So we certainly have been with that. But also, he has played. He played against Livingston the last time. It was a threat the same way. Playing that running in behind. He always looks to be on the last line, that on the last shoulder. Which obviously the game plan we put in place today was to try and exploit that space in behind, which he done really well. And as I say, delighted for him, because when you start, strikers want to score goals. So that's something that will do him the world of good. And then added to that, you're able to rest Martin Boyle a little bit today after someone who's been a constant threat, someone that has been so successful for his football club and a constant threat for a number of years at the club, and will continue to be. So I think it was really good that you're able to use the squad, and it certainly benefited us today.
You were saying before about Thibaut that you had to make sure he understood you. Is the language barrier getting easier for him?
I think so. Well, I hope so. It seemed to work today anyway. I think that's always something you need to be mindful of, because again, when you get to know people, you get to understand exactly how people are feeling. But I think players want to play, so they're always happy when they're playing and always disappointed when they're not. One thing that all the players, and Thibaut was certainly one of them, would be having conversations with him, making sure that he doesn't feel like I'm not rating him, or having to be patient for his opportunity. We're doing a lot of individual work with him as well in training, and making sure that when he gets his opportunity, he's ready to take it. But it is all part of making sure that we don't rush it. We're making sure that he's ready to go and step in and perform, but also because of the competition he's got as well, and that's a really healthy position to be in.
When it came to the penalty, was he keen to take that as well? Was that trying to get, or was he just putting the ball down for Jamie?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think Jamie was always hitting it. I think that's just something players do now. They've got their own routines and what they do with penalties. Some players, if you've got the ball in your hand, you're thinking about it maybe a wee bit longer, or the opposition might try and get in your head. If you've got the ball, who's thinking, who's taking it, who's not taking it, there's all different. Doesn't matter as long as it goes in the back of the net as far as I'm concerned. But I think, Jamie was always hitting the penalty.
The guys seem to raise the tempo at the start of the second half. Was there almost an element of disappointment that you weren't further ahead going in at the break?
I wouldn't say disappointment, because it's hard to get in front of the game was the most important thing and the pleasing thing. It was always half a job when you get in at half time 1-0 up. I thought Livy actually started the game well. So when you think about how the game started, I thought it took us a wee while to get used to their shape. They set up slightly differently to maybe what we had expected, so we had to adjust to that slightly. But then once we got the goal, we settled down a bit, and then rightly, while it's only 1-0, you always want to try and get that second goal in the game. And the message at half time was always, can we raise intensity again, make sure we start on the front foot again, and I thought we'd done that, locked it out really well. they couldn't really get out the start of the second half. I thought, like I said, Josh Mulligan on the front foot driving the game from the middle of the pitch, Warner Horror lock it out on that side, and it really gave us a foothold then. And then when you get the second goal, it sort of calms you down a little bit. And then for there, Livy then have to go for it. And then when you've got players that we've got on the break that can really hurt you, you've always got that opportunity on transition. And I thought, all in all, it was a really good professional performance for them.
You mentioned Josh for his energy there, but you also had Dan there. What have you seen from him?
He's been excellent. He's been everything. He's obviously played at a very high level for a reason. He's played at big clubs. He understands what it means to play for big clubs. He's clearly very good on the ball, so he's got that discipline and calmness on the ball, which I think worked well today at times. And his range of passing. So he's someone that gives us another body in there that can handle the football and can play to a very high standard, which is a good thing.
Is Jamie alright coming off for the game?
I think so. Well, I hope so. I don't want to tempt fate, but it's always a good sign for me when they walk off. And he just obviously felt it a little bit. So fingers crossed it's nothing too serious. And at that stage of the game, we certainly aren't going to take a risk. But I'm not going to. I can't really comment. I've not spoke to physio since he came off the pitch, to be honest. So we'll have to wait and see with that one.
Quite a cameo from Junior Hoyle as well.
I know, big target man up in the box. So delighted for him. You know what Junior gives you. He gives you quality. He affects games of football. He's done it his whole career. And I'm always very positive about Junior in terms of it's what people don't see with Junior that is the most pleasing thing with me, how he is every single day. The standards he sets, the professionalism within it, and when he comes on and affects the game like today, I think it's really pleasing. And again, it's a selection headache. That's always a good thing to have, but he knows the role he plays. He plays a very important role, and it's brilliant to have that luxury to bring him on.